Hello, fifth graders. I am Polly Graham with the Bluegrass American Legion, and I am so pleased to be here today because we're going to shoot this video to share an opportunity with you. This opportunity is the fifth grade flag essay. So I know some of you have been in contests before, like the pumpkin contests that are so popular right now on who carved the scariest face. But what we want to talk about are the guidelines and instructions that you will be doing as you write your fifth grade flag essay. So a little bit about myself. Who am I? I today am an American veteran. And a veteran is a person who served in the military in the past. So through my career, before I retired, I was serving in the military. I was an American soldier protecting our country's freedom, and I served in the United States Army. When I was doing that, I got called after 9/11 to go to Iraq in a combat zone, and I predominantly worked in a hospital. So there's a lot of jobs and a lot of roles that our military serve in various capacities. So I worked in a hospital, I worked in a war room, collecting a lot of information so the general can make a lot of decisions. So after I retired, I transitioned to the American Legion because I wanted to continue to serve my community and my country. And the American Legion is one of the largest wartime veteran service organizations, and they are committed to mentoring and educating our youth of today, such as you. So we are teaching things about the flag and patriotism and honor and freedom while still serving our communities. So with that, that's kind of my short little story. I'm going to introduce my team that I have of the American Legionnaires that we have, and I'm going to start with Gary here.
I'm Gary Barrett. I was drafted into the Army in 1967. Past fifth grade classes have asked, what does drafted mean? Without going into it here, ask your teacher about it later on this afternoon. After being drafted, I was took training at Fort Campbell, Kentucky and Fort Gordon, Georgia. After which I was sent to Vietnam for a year. There I worked in a shop where we repaired vehicles, jeeps, trucks, and weapons. We worked 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, with Sundays and holidays off. Of everyone here, I only spent 2.5 years in the Army. Because I was drafted, I was able to get out early. Now I'd like to introduce Al McDonald, Navy veteran.
My name is Al McDonald. I'm a U.S. Navy veteran. I was drafted but opted to join the U.S. Navy. I served from 1968 to 1973. 3 of those years was aboard the USS Enterprise. At the time, it was the largest aircraft carrier in the world. My job was a flight deck troubleshooting mechanic on all the yellow support equipment that is on a carrier to support the aircraft that we use to fly against our enemies. I spent 3 tours in Vietnam aboard the Enterprise. I got out of the Navy in 1973, and our work days were, well, it was scheduled to be a 12-hour day, but usually it wound up being an 18 or 20-hour day. As long as the aircraft were flying, we had to work, and a lot of the responsibilities I had as a mechanic also went along with fighting on the fire crews. We were all trained on the flight deck to put out fires. We had multi-jobs to do on that ship. That's about all I have. I would like to introduce Mr. Kirk Graham, who is a U.S. Army veteran. Thank you.
Hi, fifth graders. My name is Kirk Graham. I follow in the footsteps of my father, who fought in Africa in World War II. Everybody's experience is different, and mine is no less very different. I started off in the Navy. I was on board a destroyer out of Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, and spent a couple years there. I wanted to be a helicopter pilot, so just like you could do anything you want to do, but I chose to be a helicopter pilot after my experience as an enlisted man. So I became an officer and a helicopter pilot. I was stationed in Germany, and I had a great time. After that experience, time went by flying helicopters, and 9/11 happened, just like with what happened with Polly Graham. And I was called to duty. I went to Iraq, and we flew helicopters, and we flew soldiers, we flew logistics, all kinds of supplies and everything, and we also flew prisoner of war. On one particular day, one of our aircraft was shot down, and there was casualties. They were casualties of war. So I had a great experience in Germany, and not so good in Iraq. I'm going to be one of the people that are going to be reading your fifth grade essays, your essays on the flag, and look forward to reading them. And next up is going to be Wayne.
Good morning, fifth graders. My name is Wayne Kraft. I'm also the adjutant of the Bluegrass American Legion and part of the fifth grade flag essay committee. I was like Gary, I was drafted in February 1968. I took my basic training in Fort Bliss, Texas, my advanced individual training in Fort Polk, Louisiana. Before that, I had 3 years of college, so I applied for it and I was accepted to go to Officer Candidate School at Fort Belvoir, Virginia, received my commission as second lieutenant in the Corps of Engineers. I was in during the Vietnam era. However, I spent my years in Germany in 3.5 years. After I got off active duty, I was out, then I finally went back in the reserves, and I spent the rest of my time there. But in that time, I did a lot of traveling around the world. I was in the Corps of Engineers. I spent time building roads in Honduras a couple years. I was in Guatemala. I did a lot of engineer projects in the country of Jordan, airfields, refueling pads, and stuff like that. And as Kurt and Polly said, came my time, I was also then called up for Desert Shield, Desert Storm. We were the Division Army Engineers, and during Desert Shield I spent most of my time in Saudi Arabia. I spent a couple trips up to Kuwait City as well as into Iraq. So after 29 years I finally retired. And then I finally joined, well, I actually joined the reserves prior to that because I was holding my time in the military with the reserves. Next, I'll get into talk about the guidance and rules for the essay contest. Fifth grade flag essay contest is titled "What the Flag Means to Me." 1 full page, double spaced, no more than 300 words. The quote now used to be 12 pitch, now it's 12 fun on the computer. It must be the original effort of the student. The suspense to the American Legion is 1 December 2021. Because our dispense to the higher headquarters is 2 January 2021. It's due us, December 2020. The essays are judged on 4 categories, with a count of 1 to 10, 1 being low, 10 being high, on originality, logic, facts and comprehension, spelling and grammar. And we award 3 places. We do it both the Bluegrass and Buffalo schools. We award a first place, gets a ribbon and a gold medal, a first place certificate, and a monetary value of $75. Second place receives a ribbon, silver medal, second place certificate, and $50. Third place receives a ribbon, a bronze medal, third place certificate, and $25. Next, I'll talk about the different things we talk about for this 5th grade flag essay. We have different things out on flag etiquette. We have a book called Let's Be Right on Flag Etiquette, which the schools should have. A book called Invisible, the Story of Our Flag, which they should have. We also have a brochure, Flag of the United States, how to display it and how to respect it. And each individual student will get a little ruler with a Pledge of Allegiance on the back side. The schools also have a video, 20-minute video for which it stands, and I know some of you probably already seen it. If not, they will show it to you. Also, when we have it turned in, well, each student, if they're selected as a winner, will have to have a form filled out that's sent by their parents, because we do try and publish the kids' names and pictures in the publications, so we have to have an authorization that we can do that. We'd also like to have the kids read yours. We have a Bluegrass birthday dinner in March every year. We'd like to have you read your first place essay at our meeting. We also like to have all 3 place winners read their essay at the Bluegrass Memorial Day service in May. And normally we have all 3 read your essays at your ceremony graduation that comes in June. Next, we will do a folding of the flag ceremony with the reading of the folds of the flag.
The folding of the flag. The white gloves represent purity. The first fold is a symbol of life. The second fold is a belief in eternal life. The third fold is to remember the departed veteran who gave a portion of his life for the defense of our country. The fourth fold is the American citizen, that we trust in God. The fifth fold is a tribute to our country, that we may always be right. The sixth fold is that we pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. The seventh fold is a tribute to the armed forces, that we protect against all enemies, foreign and domestic. The eighth fold are those soldiers who entered into the valley of the shadow of death, that they may see the light of day. The ninth fold is a tribute to women through faith, love, loyalty, and devotion. The 10th fold is a tribute to our fathers for the defense of our country. The 11th fold is to God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The 12th fold is to God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. The stars are up. In God we trust. The flag is folded. It resembles a cocked hat, reminding us of the soldiers who fought under General George Washington, preserving for us those rights, privileges, and freedoms that we enjoy today.
For information, there are several things that happen throughout the year that involves veterans and other places for you to go and see. One of the questions we usually ask when we're doing this live is, how many of you kids have parents, aunts, uncles, brothers, or sisters who are veterans? Very interesting to see the response. In November, the Legion Auxiliary packs boxes for veterans who are still on active duty, no matter whether they're stateside or overseas. They bring the goodies in, they put it in a box, and we send it over. For information, there's the Rock Island Arsenal has an outdoor equipment museum over on the east end of the arsenal. Also, Armed Forces Day is usually the 15th of June. We also celebrate Memorial Day, which is last week in May. We have service at the cemetery then, and everybody's invited. we'll do a roll call of those veterans who are buried in the cemetery. We also have a Wreaths Across America program that's usually the second Saturday in December, held at the Rock Island Arsenal around the main flag. They place wreaths in tribute of all the branches of service as well as those still missing. As you noticed when we did the flag folding, that's the flag that usually comes off the casket. Every veteran gets a flag provided by the U.S. government to place over their casket and be given to the family after the service is over. We fly flags at half-mast. Anytime the President of the United States makes a proclamation, in case of a veteran or a senator or congressman or whoever he deems necessary, the governor of the state of Iowa can also do the same thing, whoever she deems necessary. And for information, anybody's noticed, Camping World up there uses flags, a 40-foot by 80-foot flag. The Bluegrass American Legion had the honor of doing the dedication ceremony when they raised the flag for the first time. Thank you again. I appreciate your time for sitting through the program today.
As the committee chair of the 5th grade flag essay contest, I just want to say thank you for listening to this video, and we are going to look forward to reading all of your essays. We have shared a lot of information with you, and this gives you an opportunity to talk with your parents and to utilize the resources that we've shared. And I know in my heart that I have been proud to be an American and that the flag stands for my freedom in this great nation and promotes peace in the United States of America. So thank you. We look forward to reading your essays.